Hey everyone, and welcome. So, have you ever looked at an average, a single number, and just thought to yourself, I feel like I'm missing something here. Like it's not really telling you the whole story. Well, you're not wrong. In this explainer, we're going to dive into what's called the range. It's a super simple tool that helps us see the full picture behind our data.
Okay, so to really get why the range is so useful, we're actually going to start with a problem, not a solution. It's a question about how data behaves. Let's imagine these are 10 scores from a recent test. Now, what's the first thing most of us would do to figure out how the class did? We'd probably find the average, right?
And yep, if you crunch the numbers, add them all up and divide by 10, you get an average score, or what we call the mean, of 35. Simple enough. But here's the million-dollar question. Does that one number, 35, really tell us everything? I mean, think about it. Were all the scores packed really tightly, right around 35, or were they all over the place, some super high and some super low? The average, well, it just can't tell us that on its own.
And to understand that spread, that dispersion, we need another tool in our toolbox. And you know what? The simplest, most straightforward one we have is called the range.
All it is, really, is a way to measure the size of the gap that holds all of your data. It gives you a really quick snapshot of just how spread out everything is. And the best part, the formula could not be easier. You literally just find the biggest number in your group, find the smallest one, and subtract. That's it. Seriously, that's the whole thing. All right, so let's get our hands dirty and see how this actually works. We're going to walk through it step by step using those test scores we started with. So, there are just 4 little steps to this. Now, that first one, putting the numbers in order, it's not technically required, but trust me, it's a lifesaver. It makes finding the highest and lowest values totally foolproof. It's just a great habit to get into. Okay, let's go back to our test scores. You can see once we put them in order, it's immediately obvious that the lowest score is 23 and the highest is 54. So we just do a little subtraction, 54 minus 23, and boom, our range is 31. That tells us there's a 31-point gap between the best and worst scores in the class. So the range is awesome, right? It's simple, it's fast, but that beautiful simplicity comes with a pretty big weakness, something we can call the outlier problem. Whoa, now look at this number. It's just one value, but it's huge. Let's see what happens when a number like this, what we call an outlier, crashes the party in our data set. Take a look at this new set of numbers. You've got all these nice small numbers just kind of hanging out together. And then, bam, you've got 3616, which is just way out there on its own. So, when we go calculate the range here, we find our lowest value is 5, and our highest is that giant one, 3,616. That gives us a range of 3,611. I mean, wow. So let's just stop and really think about this for a second. Does that number, 3,611, actually help us understand this data? Does it give us a good feel for how the numbers are spread out? Or does it just tell us about the 2 most extreme points, totally ignoring all the other numbers in between? Yeah, in this case, it's pretty misleading. And this quote right here just hits the nail on the head. That one single outlier has completely warped our sense of the spread. It makes the range look enormous, when in reality, most of our data is actually packed together pretty tightly. Okay, so let's bring it all home. Let's do a quick wrap-up so you know exactly when and how to use the range the right way. So here's the lowdown. The range is a fantastic place to start. It's fast, it's easy, it gives you a quick first impression. But, and this is a big but, you always have to remember its major weakness. It is super sensitive to those pesky outliers because it only cares about the 2 endpoints of your data. So, from now on, whenever you see a range reported somewhere, I hope you'll just take a quick pause. And the very first question that should pop into your head is the most important one. Could there be an outlier? Just asking that simple question can save you from being misled by the data. Thanks so much for watching.